Well, good morning. Welcome back to the Broadcast Retirement Network. I'm Jeff Snyder. This is BRN AM for Friday, July 15th, 2022. And our top story today, buying a used car? Well, now you can get a mobile inspection. Well, joining me now to discuss this and a lot more, Denise Leleu is the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Kirby. Denise, so great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us on the program this morning.
Great. Thank you for having me. I'm delighted to be here and share some insights with your listeners.
Yeah, this is great. And when we reached out to you, I mean, I think what I have been seeing in the marketplace, and I want to start off with this question, is a lot of people are buying used cars. You know, you go past by the car lots these days, these new car lots, they don't have any inventory. There's supply chain disruption, can't get chips. People, can't find a car to get. So a lot of people are buying used cars. So what's your insight on that? Is that similar to what you're seeing on the Kirby team?
Absolutely. People are keeping their cars longer. It's very difficult. We're seeing some dealerships with only 36 hours worth of inventory. So prices are going up. And so it's really important to know what you're buying and that, at least understand if you buy it, then maybe what those maintenance and servicing costs will look like.
Yeah, really important when you go to a used car lot or you go to that car lot or that private residence to understand what's, quote unquote, this is a pun intended, what's under the hood, right? I mean, I have heard the tricks about taking a magnet and seeing it along the car and seeing if there's any damage and whether or not there's Bondo, all those kind of things. And there are services that provide some listings of when a car is in an accident, but really, Denise, you need somebody out in the field to look and go through a checklist to make sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed.
Yeah, I think, what I think about every state obviously has lemon laws and you can look those up and there are some protections when you're buying used cars. But, behind a house, a car is about the second most expensive asset, even if it's depreciating, an asset that you're going to purchase. And so knowing that, of course you can I always think about it as like bring your own senses to when you're looking at a car, like what does it look like? Do you see dents? And what is the smell? If there's a musty odor, maybe that's a filter problem. If you're looking under the hood and you're, looking at the engine, there might be an oil leak. If you really want to crawl under, you can look at things. So you're right. Like people, when they go and look at used cars, can certainly do some of it, but we really think that, not just our service, but for customers wanting a data-driven approach about what is that car really, looking like, and what's what is the potential maintenance costs down the road. It's very different if it's a Honda Civic and we tell you might need tires in a couple months. That's a $500 investment. If you're buying a high-end Audi, that could be a $1,200 investment. So just having that data so you can make a better decision is what we're hoping to bring to the market.
And let's talk about, there are 50 points in the Kirby checklist, and it's almost like a stop sign, right? There's red, there's green for go, and yellow. I mean, you guys make it very easily. So a layperson like me who is, look, you don't want me anywhere near a car or a mechanic's garage at all. But it makes it very easy to then lay side by side and make the decision of whether to purchase a car or not.
That's right. So you're exactly right. Green, great. Yellow is kind of our watch. And we can give you that, what we think it's, you have 6 months left on your brake pads or the tires. And then red, we can even tell you what we think it would cost that you should be, taking action on anything that's red. And that also helps you to be able to evaluate, because maybe the used car dealership is going to also give you, well, I'll cover that, or you can fix that later. And so you could compare the pricing as well. We really believe in transparent pricing so that we can build a relationship with the customer and the car long term.
And it is about getting some transparency, or a lot of transparency, because you can negotiate on things. Like if you need new tires, maybe you can negotiate to split that halfway, or if you need new brake pads, or maybe there's something wrong with the engine, and the engine may, or the cylinders may need to be replaced. I'm actually telling you things that have happened to me when I bought cars. So all these things that I'm describing have happened to me. So really, it's an opportunity for complete disclosure and transparency, but it gives you, the buyer, arms you with information from which to negotiate.
That's right. And the peace of mind to know that you're making the best decision and negotiating the fairest price for your automobile, for your new automobile.
Yeah. Well, Denise, I need to take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about the process to hire a Kirby technician. I'm going to call them technicians. And we'll learn a little bit more about how the process works. You're going to want to stay tuned right here on BRN AM. Imagine a new television network that will make you richer, healthier, and in control of your financial future. This network is for the policewoman in Nashville, Tennessee, the baker in Dubuque, Iowa, the teacher in Lexington, Kentucky. We want to make the idea of savings and retirement culturally relevant. But what do you see as a defining issue of the midterms, especially for the smaller businesses? I mean, they are the lifeblood of the American economy. Featuring exclusive interviews, current affairs, and docuseries. 33 years old, you retired early.
The philosophy is money only matters if it helps you live a life that you love.
But you got to start thinking about retirement as soon as you get in.
The Broadcast Retirement Network will drive very high engagement with premium partnerships. So this isn't retirement and savings for your parents or grandparents. This is for all Americans. And we're going to change the way you think about money. Welcome to the next frontier of retirement and savings. This is BRN, the Broadcast Retirement Network.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers. This free book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. Call right now for your free book, and as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today.
Call 800-504-8194.
Welcome back. We're talking used cars this morning with Denise Leleux. She is the Chief Executive Officer of Kirby. Denise, thanks so much for sticking with us this morning.
Thanks for having me. It's really exciting to talk about it because we think we can really help consumers.
And I think this is another milestone that you're right. You can help people with transparency and getting information that they wouldn't have, because if you're like me, you're a layperson, don't understand cars whatsoever. All right, let's talk about the process a little bit. And how easy is it for me to, if I see a used car that I want to buy, I go online. A lot of these cars are now online. They're on dealership sites. They're on used car sites like KBB and other places, Kelley Blue Book. How do I enact Kirby? How long does it take?
Yeah, super easy. You go to Kirby, CURBEE.com. You tell us, where are you? What do you need? What time to be there? And then confirm your appointment. Super easy, 4 clicks. And our whole mission is to make car care carefree and to take the hassle out of it and bring joy back to car ownership. So we look forward to helping all the listeners out there.
Yeah. Okay. So I make an appointment and I set it up for tomorrow. And these individuals that are coming out, the Kirby, I called them a technician going into the
crew.
Commercial break. Are they mechanics? What are their certifications?
They're mechanics. We call them our crew. So the Kirby crew.
Okay. Like
they're
the
all
pit
mechanics.
crew.
Yep, they're all mechanics, and they'll specialize in really giving you this 50-point plus health inspection on the car. We do it on all the cars that we see, no matter in our general servicing. But for this, obviously, it's a unique situation because you're not really attached to that car yet. But we want to come out. We're a mobile service, and with the pandemic, kind of the acceleration of on demand and in your driveway type services. So this is just a natural extension to be able to get your car serviced via a mobile mechanic.
And it's not so much dissimilar from if your windshield cracks. I'm not going to name the brand because they're not a sponsor. Maybe one day they will be. Would love to have them on. But if someone breaks a windshield, you can dial a number and someone can come out and bring the actual windshield. You tell them the make, model, boom, it's out there. This is that times 100
for all maintenance and service. So when I was at Tesla, we invented remote or mobile service and remote diagnostics. And we figured out that you could fix about 80% of a Tesla without having to lift the car. And so that's why we started Kirby, because we want to be able to bring this to all makes and models, not just Teslas. And we can perform about 93% of all services in the driveway.
And that's amazing. So it saves you the trouble. And look, I love working with my local dealership. I don't have a problem doing that. But if your car is out of warranty, right? I mean, it may cost a little bit more to go to that dealership. How familiar, Denise, are the crew? My grammar is horrible, but is the crew when it comes to some of these different cars, like the Toyotas, the Hondas, the Audis that you mentioned, the BMWs? Can they do it all? Are there certain certifications for certain mechanics, certain crew members that you send out based on the car type?
We definitely have some mechanics and crew members that have different experiences, have worked at different dealerships, but we have a master technician that does all of our repair planning. So we know that every job that we are going to do, we are properly prepared and have the right tools and the right technician assigned. Yeah.
Well, really, really important. Denise, sounds like you hit a home run here. And I think a lot of people, I would love to have my car serviced. If I had a garage, if I had a driveway, we live in an apartment building, so I guess we could theoretically have somebody in. We just have to coordinate it.
We do a lot of apartment buildings.
Yeah,
we come to a lot of apartment buildings.
It's kind of the next phase of service.
Right.
I guess last question. What about if you need a part? Do you just go down to the Mopar, to the parts store, the auto parts store, and get the filter, the engine head? Again, novice here, but where do you source the parts?
We can do OEM parts if people want. So some BMW owners especially want BMW parts specifically, but otherwise we have national contracts with AutoZone and WorldPack. And so you don't have to source your parts. We'll source them for you and bring them to the job.
Really, really, really interesting. Sounds like a very fine service that a lot of people are going to want to be taking advantage of, especially with busy times and maybe not even going into the office. Who wants to drop their car off to be a service when they can have it serviced right exactly where they are? Denise Lelo, we're going to have to leave it there. Really great talking with you. Thanks so much for stopping by the program, and we look forward to having you back on the program again very soon.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
That wraps up this episode of BRN AM. Have a topic of interest, somebody you think we should talk to? Drop us a line, and don't forget, for all the latest security news and lifestyle, wellness, finance, tech, so much more all in one place, check out today's edition of our daily newsletter, The Morning Pulse. Want to search our archives, check out our latest content? Well, visit our website and our streaming partners like Amazon, Roku, Samsung. Got over 100 to choose from. We're back again tomorrow for another edition of BRN Weekly. We'll be taking a look back at some of our best segments for the week. You're not going to want to miss it. Until then, I'm Jeff Snyder. Stay safe, keep on saving, and don't forget, roll with the changes. Now is your opportunity to co-create content around any topic on the First Lifestyle and Wellness Network. Reach a global audience through our platform and co-own exclusive branded content. All of our programs are available on demand and also as audio-only podcasts, so you can take us on the go. Broadcast Retirement Network, available anytime, anywhere, and on any device.
Are you being audited and do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Is the IRS threatening to take more of your money? Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate your tax bill and reduce your stress. The IRS can freeze your assets and seize your bank accounts, but you can stop these IRS actions. The Tax Doctor will work with you using our years of experience to represent your case to help you get the best resolution under the IRS guidelines. Help is here to deal with the IRS to reduce your stress. We've handled thousands of cases, so we know what we're doing. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a Tax Doctor now for a tax emergency analysis.
Call 800-224-6439.